Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates. So please excuse any background noise. I'm on holiday, and so I'm not in my usual place of recording, but let's get into it nonetheless. All right, yesterday we left off talking about Bitcoin and how we were expecting a 5% uh, a 5% correction, sort of a mini correction, because one, we had lost this channel. So let's first zoom out. Let's zoom out to see what we're talking about. Okay, so we'd seen this channel that Bitcoin was operating in for since late July, 25th of July. And so we've had moves up and down and pretty much within the confines of this channel, except for once late July on the 31st, where it broke out of the channel and then executed a nice V-shaped correction on the daily back into the channel. And again, yesterday, August 12th, we broke out of the channel. And if we zoom in to the 4-hourly, or maybe the hourly is probably easier to see this in, we could see that we're forming this double top pattern right here, which is a bearish construction. It's a bearish pattern in technical analysis, and the measured move for this is the top of the double top down to the neckline, and if the price closes below the neckline, which it did on your whatever time frame you're looking at, it should, within a high degree of probability, hit the mark of that length between the top of the M, or the top of the double top, and the neckline, which was around 43, a little less than 43,000. So we were expecting that correction, and it was about a 5% correction, right? Yeah, 4.66% correction. And guess what? We didn't get it. This is testament to Bitcoin's bullishness right now. And what characterizes a bull market is bearish, failed bearish sort of technical targets. Just like in a bear market, we typically get failed bullish sort of breakouts. In a bear market, we get failed bullish breakouts. In a bull market, we get failed bearish breakdowns. So this literally broke down to at most half of what we expected it to, and we did expect that W-shaped recovery, which we did get. We're on the hourly frame. We got that W-shaped recovery here, but look, we went only as low as 43,802. We thought we were going to go down to, or I thought we were going to go down to 42,837. So basically 43,000, right? But that is the power and the strength of a bullish impulse, or the bullish momentum. And so be very careful shorting this market right now. We're clearly in a bull trend. All right. So now with this recovery, let's go back on the daily time frame, or actually let's go on the 8-hourly time frame, or 4-hourly. So it seems that once we hit this bottom at 43,000, about 43,777, we've gotten 4, 8, 12, 16, and now almost 20 hours of straight green candles. And if that's not bullish recovery, if that's not bullish momentum, I don't know what is. So now we're back in the channel. What do we expect? All right, what do we have in terms of patterns? Let's go on the hourly, because this is going to be short time frame. We essentially have an upside down head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, if you can't see it Actually, let's just do this. I don't want to get too fancy and use the head and shoulders. There's actually a tool in TradingView where you can draw head and shoulders. I don't use it much. All right, that's your left shoulder, that's your head, and that's your right shoulder. Remember, the technical target for this is the neckline, which would be about here, down to the top of the head, and there. So the target would be about 46,782. So we've almost reached and hit that target. Once we get there, though, and let's just delete this. Once we get to that target, we should hit another target, or we should create another head and shoulders, if you can see it. Let's draw it out, which starts with a neckline at this point, right? At this point of resistance, at this point of control, rather. And you can see by the VPVR. This tool, by the way, is the VPVR, the volume indicator. It's a horizontal volume indicator. Basically, it shows how many buyers and sellers are active at a certain price point, and where you see the red line is where there's the most activity. So that's what we call a point of control, and this tool denotes that with a solid red line. And so when you see these bars, the further it juts out, the more selling and buying and selling action there is at that point. Just FYI. All right, so this new head and shoulders has another technical target. And again, it's the same thing, the bottom of this head to the top of this neckline to the breakout point. And that should, ladies and gentlemen, break us out of this consolidation. What does that mean? What happens in technical analysis when you break out of a pattern, of a pattern of consolidation, right? Basically, from here, I've said that this looks very healthy and very bullish. Why? Because you're slowly building momentum. It's like a spring coiling, right? You're trading within narrow confines and you're building strength. Once you break out of that, Bitcoin no longer acts timidly. Bitcoin will no longer be slow and methodical. Once you break out of this channel that we formed and it's not a rising wedge, as a lot of people say, a lot of, technical analysts that really are respectable and, know their stuff, for some reason they're saying it's a rising wedge. It's not a rising wedge. A rising wedge is different. This is a rising channel. I've discussed this, ad nauseum on previous episodes. If you're subscribed, you will know what constitutes a rising wedge and why this is a rising channel. So I'm not going to go into it. But we've been in this for 18 days, almost 19 days. Once we get the breakout of this channel, Bitcoin will be violent. So shorts will be squeezed, meaning that people who are betting on the price of Bitcoin to go down will lose their money, be forced to sell and buy back at higher rates. That will further catapult the price. And we will most likely see, if you zoom out, what do you see? This huge head and shoulders pattern that's been forming, right? So it's patterns within patterns within patterns. And you really see fractalization. You really see what you would call like a chain reaction. One leads to another, leads to another. And you could go on the minute time frame and you could see patterns, and then they play out. That creates more patterns on larger time frames. That's the beauty of this technical analysis. So let's draw this larger head and shoulders out. So it'd be here. Left shoulder, right shoulder, or head. Sorry, the right shoulder doesn't dip that much, but you get the idea. And again, look at the slant. And I've said this in previous episodes. If you get a pattern that's slanting in this manner, you know that it's super bullish. Why? Because it is literally, it is inclined towards bullish momentum. It's going up and to the right. It can't even be straight, right? So you know that this is going to be a really, really, really violent move to the upside. And what is the measured move, the technical target of this bigger head and shoulders pattern? All right, let's take that from the neckline to the bottom of the head, right? And bam, again, confluence. Why did this is our same target that we'd measured before, 55,000 thereabouts. And how did we get that before? From this move, right? If you remember, we said all the way back here that if Bitcoin was able to execute this pattern and play it out, it's a large, massive cup and handle pattern, right? A cup and handle pattern is basically something like this, right? I'm sorry, the drawings are sloppy. I'm not using my pen. Again, I'm on the road. But the cup and handle pattern with the measured move of the neckline down to the base of the cup, and that's how we had that original $55,000 pattern, $55,000 target. So I hope you see there's confluence. It's not just like you get one answer with one thing. No, like if technical analysis is consistent, you will get confluence. You will find the same answer through a manner of different ways. So it's highly likely that we will hit this target, 55,000, after which we should get a correction because we will be entering the fourth wave, the fourth Elliott wave, which is a corrective wave. So that's Bitcoin for today. I hope that was useful. If you're getting value, please like the video, subscribe, share it. I'll see you guys later.